What's up, YouTube? On today's episode of Falcon Concepts, we're going to take this 12 valve and build an engine stand for it, so stay tuned. Alright, so like we were talking about earlier, got this 12 valve Cummins here that's actually going to be going into the Wacker project, which is an 84 C10 that we're doing the custom chassis for, bags, the works on, and we're going to cover that in another video. What we're going to do for now is this big boat anchor is just 9 kinds of in the way, so we're going to take some of the 2x2 120 wall that I've got and build a engine stand on casters for it. So we're going to repurpose a couple casters, get some measurements, and get rocking. Alright, so first step of this build is we're going to map out our engine mounts right down here. As you can see, we're going to build a plate. I'm going to design it up on Fusion and get it cut out in the plasma. Probably just use 1/4-inch plates, not really going anywhere. So we'll put these on both sides, run the 2x2 down, and then we'll get this thing picked up on the cherry picker and figure out our dimensions from there. We're probably going to end up having to do some form of a bell housing mount, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alright guys, so as you can see, got it all drawn up on Fusion, and it's pretty standard dimension box. We're just looking at about 4 3/4 across, 2 3/8 in the, I guess, the y-axis, however you want to call it, and then it's just going to be a standard 6x5, or I'm sorry, 6x3.5 box. So we're going to get this mapped out and cut out on the plasma, and then we'll start building some tube. Let's see how she fits. All right. Looks like holes line up pretty well right there. Holes pretty well there. I got to clean out the holes. The kerf kind of got a little bit of an angle, so my bolts don't fit through. So we'll clean those up and start taking more measurements. Both plates done. Now we can start measuring for our 2x2 square. Alright, so I got the cherry picker at about the height that I'm looking for. I don't want it real tall just in case something happens and it were to fall. It's not going to break as much here as it would be here, you know. So we're looking like our verticals going to be about 17, and then we'll do an outer box of, good spot to measure from here. I'll do a 16-inch box. Let's say 16 by 36. 16 by 36 and 17-inch height. So we'll do that, and then I'm also going to make some pivot gussets, more or less just triangular gussets that'll bolt through the plate is what I'm thinking we're going to do. That way you can flex to just in case this is at a certain degree, and then I don't have to do a whole bunch of math because I'm from Kentucky and we don't do math. Figure this would be a better angle than looking at my butt, so let's proceed. Now right now my table is being used, so we're just going to set it up on the floor. That'll be flat enough. We're not building a chassis, we're just building an engine stand, so it'll be fine. So before we get all wild and crazy about measuring our uprights, I thought we'd go ahead and put our casters on. Just your typical 300-ish pound rating. Worst case scenario, if they don't work, we'll cut them off and get some bigger ones. get a little bit more accurate of a measurement on our uprights.
Yeah, we'll say about 14.
All right, got the casters welded on. We're ready to cut our verticals. So in between filming, I went ahead and made our pivot brackets. Just a simple little bracket they're gonna set, weld up on the plate, just like so. Then we're gonna drill a hole at 1 inch center here, and that's gonna allow us to have a pivot plate. So let's go ahead and get that marked up, put together. Well, dinner time rolled around, so that was a good point for me to stop what I was doing that night. Let's pick up where we left off, getting these holes drilled for our 2x2. And then we'll get our pivot plates mounted and bolted up and get this thing done. Alright, now we'll bolt her up in place and get some measurements for our gussets, and we will be done. And there you have it, engine stand for a Cummins. I was gonna do gussets, but they're playing strong enough. I may put some gussets in on the front and rear later on, but for now it's holding up just fine. To clarify a little bit, the reason why I did those pivot plates, which I'm sure you gathered it during the video, is theoretically my thought is I should be able to just make other brackets for other engines, and this be just a heavy duty roll stand for just about any engine I can put it on. So If you guys like this video, give me a like, a subscribe, and on the next video, looks like we're probably going to be doing some powder coating, maybe doing some other work on the Wacker C10. We're going to be doing plenty of videos on it. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.